This is gonna be a love reading for Virgo. What we see from the cards is a person who doesn't act in your best interests, who's pretty selfish and who's not doing what's best for this relationship, and who then comes back to you acting like nothing has ever happened. With the first card at the bottom here, we can immediately understand what is your state of mind right now. In fact, with the Three of Swords, we have an energy that is bringing into this picture disappointment, betrayal, and overall you're tired. You're tired of a situation that shouldn't be this hard, tired of having to fight for things that in a relationship they should be just normal. And we can see here that you're definitely investing a lot into this situation. There was a time here where you really believed in this person and you really believed that the two of you belong together. There was something special about the connection that you had that right now, the fact that things are not going as they're meant to go is just making you feel a little lost. We see all of this ice around this beautiful animal, which is really telling us that the overall situation is stale. It's not really progressing. It's not becoming something more mature, but instead it's just bringing a lot of drama and a lot of things that shouldn't be there. But what's very interesting is what we see right after this card, this Ace of Cups, which in my opinion is definitely the energy that they are bringing to the table. We see that they do things, they act in a way which often makes you feel rejected, makes you feel not wanted from them. And then instead they come back with a lot of love, a lot of passion, and a big need to be next to you, to be close to you, to touch you, to talk to you. The Ace of Cups is a very powerful energy, but it's really conflicting now with Three of Swords, which is telling us that regardless of the things that they do, eventually this is a person that comes back again as though nothing ever happened. And also here we see a big problem because this person doesn't even see what they're doing wrong. They don't understand that their actions are actually taking this connection to a place where it can't grow. And overall, they cannot identify the things that they are doing wrong and that they should fix. In fact, they immediately go focus on options that are really much just an illusion. With the Seven of Cups, we see that their energy, love, and attention goes also to people or things that compared to what they have with you are nothing. But at the same time, there is something that is driving them to not be able to let go of these and just focus instead on this cup that when they offer it to you, it is sincere. But in their head, they don't see how this behavior is actually damaging a relationship that it seems they do care about. And so there is also a lot of illusions here, not just around the other options that they are pursuing, but also about the things that they say. They're not ever clear about the things they do throughout their day, the people they talk to. There's a lot going on here that you're not aware of, and they're definitely trying to hide it. We see it also with the moon here, which is one of the two clarifier cards, and it's showing you how there is a whole world behind the things that you actually know from this person. And we're not just talking about these 7 cups that are showing up there, but also this is talking about how they feel, about what they want from life, and how they approach life in general, which is impacting also the way they approach you and the way they handle this relationship. And what the other card is telling you is that you need to find out information about all of this. With the book, in fact, you see someone who is researching, who's finding out things that are going to be really useful to them, and in this case, really useful to better understand this situation right here. And this is definitely the advice that you're getting from the universe, telling you that there is something going on that you should be aware of, because it's going to be fundamental for your own path, regardless of what this relationship can bring to you, regardless of how you feel towards this person, you are walking down your own path every day. And so it's very important for you to understand certain things which might change the direction of your path drastically. And it's possible that you guys will talk about these situations, you will bring up some of these concerns and confusion that you have. Maybe you will fight, you will have discussions, but what we see is their reaction is acting as the victim. You see here, in fact, with the Eight of Swords, that this person is just talking to you as though you are doing something wrong to them. They are handling the situation in a way that makes them seem as the victim. They're telling you maybe that the way you talk to them, the way you ask questions, is just making them feel as though they're imprisoned behind those swords and they cannot be themselves, they cannot do the things that they love to do. In a way, your need for clarification and validation, to them it translates into something that shouldn't be there, which is absolutely not true. You're trying to communicate, you're trying to tell them how you really feel, trying to maybe salvage something that, at least for now, doesn't look good at all. But instead, they don't seem to wanting to collaborate here. And they're often trying to just change the subject matter by impersonating this charming person that we see with the Knight of Cups, which is really aimed to distract you from the real problems. And so right here we see them going again back and forth between those two energies and trying to seduce you in a way, trying to organize things so that you can go away for one day, for a weekend, and maybe you can forget about all of these doubts that you're having, forget about all of these questions that you need answers for. And we can see here that this is definitely an unstable situation that will need to be addressed. It doesn't matter how much and how hard they're trying to hide this. Eventually, this conversation will need to take place. And with the last card, we see death, which is telling us that very soon a fundamental change will happen here. There is something that is going to happen which is long overdue, and it's pretty easy to understand why this is coming. This back and forth right here, it's bringing a lot of instability, and the universe always tries to bring balance back into any kind of situation. And it seems as though the only way to bring balance here is to completely change the overall energies that are part of this relationship right now. And in order to understand what is going to change, how it's going to change, and where all of this has the potential to take you to, make sure to check out the extended reading linked below.